Welcome back to Room 44, where what you think you know is only the beginning. This story is about connection, how the internet binds us together. But what happens when one of those connections doesn't want to let go? Turn the volume up, turn the lights off, and remember to subscribe, because this one's going to get under your skin. I always like the idea of being watched, not in a creepy way, but in the way performers like to be watched. Noticed, acknowledged, seen. Growing up in a quiet home where both my parents were glued to their phones and barely noticed my existence, I learned quickly that attention was its own kind of currency. If no one is watching you, do you even exist? That need to be seen followed me into adulthood and eventually led me to streaming. At first, it was casual, just gaming sessions, commentary on online drama, late-night confessionals. It felt like I was finally being heard, like my voice mattered. I built a small but loyal following. By the time I hit 10,000 subscribers, I was riding the high of recognition. But that's also when everything began to unravel. There was one username that started showing up in every stream: Observer9. No profile photo, no comments, no activity. Just a silent observer. They never spoke in the chat, never reacted. But they were always there, always first, always watching. At first, I thought nothing of it. Plenty of people lurk without participating. But something about Observer9 felt different. I don't know how to explain it. Their presence carried weight, a kind of gravity. I started to anticipate them, look for them. I would scan the viewer list and feel oddly reassured when they appeared. I didn't realize how much I had started relying on that presence until the night I streamed a video about internet rabbit holes and came across a subreddit I'd never seen before. r/offline lives. It had one post, just one. The author, Observer9. The title read, "She's almost ready." I clicked on it. The post contained only a single image, a grainy, zoomed-in photo. It was me, asleep in bed, mouth slightly open, curled into my usual fetal position. The lighting was low and blue, cast by the glow of my monitor in sleep mode. The photo was intimate, detailed. Too detailed. I stared for 10 full minutes trying to make sense of it, trying to rationalize. Maybe it was photoshopped. Maybe someone took a screenshot from a stream. But no, the angle was all wrong. It was from inside my room. The perspective was from behind my desk. No stream had ever shown that view. Whoever took the photo had been there, in my room, close enough to breathe the same air. I deleted the post, reported it, shut my laptop, and sat frozen on the bed for what felt like hours. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I told myself it had to be a prank. Someone trying to scare me. I told myself that until I opened the front door and found the first package. No return address, no shipping label. Inside was a single object, a spoon, from my kitchen set. One I thought I'd misplaced. That was followed by more packages in the days that followed. A pair of socks I hadn't seen since moving. A cracked phone case I'd thrown away 2 months ago. My toothbrush, used. The invasion was subtle, but relentless. Little reminders that someone had been here, that they were close, that they could come and go as they pleased. I stopped streaming, stopped posting. But that didn't make Observer9 go away. In fact, it made them bolder. One night I woke up to music playing, low, distorted, and slow. A lullaby. I followed the sound to my laptop. It was closed, but humming. When I opened it, the screen flickered, and a single video file sat on the desktop. goodgirl.mp4. I clicked it. It was footage of me, streaming. Only I wasn't speaking. I just stared into the camera, unmoving. In the background, the closet door behind me slowly creaked open. I paused the video, rewound, watched frame by frame. There it was again, movement. A tall, featureless figure emerging from the shadows behind me. It didn't walk, it just appeared, like static forming into shape. I threw the laptop across the room. It didn't break. I didn't either, not yet. I deleted everything: socials, email, streaming accounts. I changed my name and moved to a new apartment. High-rise, concrete walls, steel locks, no memories. For a while, it worked. Until I opened the fridge one morning and found a post-it note stuck to the milk. I liked you better when you were scared. I started sleeping with the lights on, a baseball bat next to me, and chairs braced against the door. But it wasn't enough. Not when reality itself began to bend. One morning, I woke up and noticed something on the ceiling, a mirror. A full-length mirror nailed to the plaster. I hadn't put it there. When I looked into it, I saw myself streaming. But I wasn't streaming. I was just sitting on the bed, looking up. Except the version of me in the mirror didn't mirror me back. She didn't blink when I blinked, didn't frown when I did. She just stared and then smiled. And suddenly, a live chat window flickered onto the mirror itself. Lines of text rolled across it, all from Observer 9. Look at her. So obedient. She's perfect now. I vomited. The next day, I booked a therapy appointment. My therapist told me I was experiencing a delusional attachment, a kind of identity fragmentation triggered by prolonged digital exposure. She suggested I take a complete break from all tech and spend time in a detox facility, a retreat deep in the woods, no screens, no mirrors, no signal. I agreed. They confiscated all electronics, even my watch. For a few days, I felt peace. No hum of electricity, no whispers in the dark, just the sound of leaves rustling and wind through the trees. Until the second night. I woke up and found a typewriter on the porch. Old, rusted, untouched. On the tray sat a piece of paper. Welcome back. Time to record. Below it was a script, my own handwriting, except I hadn't written it. I flipped to the last page. It ended with the line, "Tonight's story is called My Follower Isn't Real." But that's the lie. I was never real. I'm what's left after she logged off. Suddenly, the keys began typing by themselves. My fingers moved, numb, automatic. I could feel Observer 9 whispering behind my eyes. Your turn to stream. When I finally came to, the cabin was gone. I was sitting in a padded room. White walls, bright light, no windows. A screen blinked on in the wall. It showed a stream. Me, smiling, nodding, reading off a script. The chat was full, every message from Observer 9. She sees us now. She belongs. She's watching too. I tried to scream, but the stream didn't show it. It showed me calm, content, compliant. And then the screen went black. You just heard my follower isn't real. But maybe she never was. Or maybe the follower was never them. Maybe it was you. If you feel eyes on you that you can't explain, maybe they've just logged in. Like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget to check the mirror before you sleep.